Welcome to Alive and Well, the podcast for the new era of high achievers. You're done burning out, and you're ready to lead, work, and live in a rhythm that honors both your brilliance and your body. I'm your host, Michelle Grosser. I'm a trial attorney turned nervous system strategist, and I've lived the burnout story. I know what it's like to chase your goals at the expense of your well-being. And I also know it doesn't have to be that way. Here, we're redefining success. It's where productivity feels peaceful, boundaries feel like freedom, and energy comes from within. Each week, I'll share practical tools for nervous system regulation, time mastery, and somatic strategies so you can show up with clarity, calm, and confidence in every part of your life. Because you, my friend, were given a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. So here's to life and living it fully. This is the path to feeling alive and well. Let's dive in. Hey, it's Michelle here. Welcome to Alive and Well. If you hit play on this episode and you've ever felt overwhelmed or scattered, or I don't know, like your brain is moving faster than your body can keep up, you're certainly not alone. And I'm believing that this episode is going to be really helpful for you, because what you're feeling in those moments is this kind of full body stress response. And the truth of the matter is that the fastest, most effective way to move through that is actually through your body. So I think when so many of us are feeling really overwhelmed or scattered or disorganized or cluttered or what have you, the first thing that we want to do is just kind of make that feeling go away and calm down. So we might try some breathing, or we might try some meditation, or just like calming ourselves down. But what I want to show you guys today, and what I really want to dive into, is the science of stress and why body-based tools, not just mindset work, are so essential for really getting to that place where you feel grounded and present and calm. And then I want to walk you through 5 different super easy, super simple, super practical somatic grounding techniques that you guys can use anytime, anywhere, to reset your nervous system, to help you shift states in real time, okay? So let's jump in. Let's talk first about what happens in our body, particularly when we're feeling overwhelmed. When we experience stress, or when we experience that feeling of overwhelm, so much to do, not enough time, I'm not gonna be able to handle it all, right? I don't have enough help, or whatever the story is, and then we feel like it's too much. Our body isn't just it's not just reacting emotionally. Our body's actually going through a whole physiological shift. So it's not just in your head, is what I'm trying to say. So here's what actually happens. Your amygdala, which is your brain's fear center, that goes on high alert when you're feeling overwhelmed. And it starts scanning for danger, real danger, or any sort of perceived threat or stressor. Your prefrontal cortex, that's the part of your brain that is your rational part, right? It's the decision-making part of your brain. That part of your brain gets hijacked. It goes completely offline. That's why when we're feeling really overwhelmed, it's so hard to focus or get started or come out of procrastination or think clearly or come up with a plan, because we're so overwhelmed. Our prefrontal cortex is offline. And then our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight response, right, kicks in, and it gets us ready to fight or run. So our heart rate increases and our muscles tense up and our breathing gets shallow. And all these different things are happening in our brain and in our body, in our physiology. But here's the thing. Your nervous system doesn't just respond to thoughts, you guys. It responds to sensations. So 80% of the communication that's going on in your nervous system actually starts in your body and sends messages up to your brain, not the other way around. 80% starts in your body, sending messages to your brain. That means what's left, only 20% of messages actually originate in your brain, sending messages down to your body. So what does that mean? If you want to shift the state of your nervous system, if you want to feel differently, if you want to move out of a state of overwhelm, you have to start with the body. And that's where these somatic tools that I teach come in. Now, somatic work is going to work better for you than anything else that you've tried. It's going to work so much better than talking things through, thinking things through, planning things through, because we cannot think our way out of stress. Because like we just talked about, stress doesn't happen in the thinking brain. Stress does not happen in your prefrontal cortex, that rational decision-making part of your brain. Stress happens in your body. And your body doesn't speak English. It doesn't speak any language, any verbal language at least. It actually speaks the language of sensations, right? So what does your body understand? You can't just tell yourself to chill out or calm down or relax, as awesome as that would be. Your body doesn't understand those words, but it can take the same message just in a different way. So your body can get the message to relax and stand down because it's safe through not words, but through your breath, through your muscles, through temperature on your skin, through moving your body, movement in your limbs. And when you offer your body a felt sense of safety, that signals to your brain, okay, we're okay, right? Everything's okay. We're not going to get in trouble, right? We're not going to start a big fight. We're not going to be abandoned or rejected or embarrassed. We're okay. And that's actually what re-engages our prefrontal cortex, that part of our brain that comes back online so we can manage what we have ahead of us and helps us to feel really grounded again. So let's walk through 5 different somatic tools, 5 different body-based tools that will help you do just that. So the first somatic tool I want to teach you is called the physiological sigh. If you guys have been with me, if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you've probably heard me talk about it. It's my favorite breath that helps shift the state of my nervous system. It's my favorite breath to teach. It is a real research-backed breathing technique. I did not make this up. This has been studied by so many different experts and neuroscientists. If you follow Huberman Lab or Dr. Andrew Huberman's work, he has studied this breathing technique, and it naturally occurs when our body's actually trying to downregulate from stress. So let me explain to you how to do it. And then I think let's just try it together a couple of times. So this is how it works. And if you've heard me explain this and done this before with me in whatever capacity, feel free to join me on this. But you're going to breathe in through your nose. So inhale through your nose. And then when it feels like you get to the top of your breath, you're going to take a second quick inhale through your nose. Just another quick sip of air. And then you're going to exhale slowly through your mouth. I like to purse my lips a little bit like I'm breathing out through a straw, just to slow and extend my exhale. So let's try that a few times together. When you're exhaling, try to really let all the tension in your body release. So when you're exhaling, drop loosen your jaw and let your tongue drop from the roof of your mouth. When you're exhaling, let your shoulders come down from away from your ears and just kind of melt and relax. Let's try it together. Okay, so you're going to inhale through your nose. And then at the top of your breath, a second quick sip of air. And then exhale slowly through your mouth. Beautiful. Let's try that again. In through your nose. Another quick inhale through your nose at the top of the breath. And exhale through your mouth. Slow, extended. Exhale, letting everything just soften. And if you want, you can do a couple more of those. But you may have already started to feel a shift. This physiological sigh floods your body with oxygen. It releases carbon dioxide. It slows your heart rate. And it's one of the most efficient ways to quickly shift the state of your nervous system. You guys probably experienced it just now. 2 or 3 breaths, right? 15, 20 seconds maybe. You can do this wherever you are, when you're driving, when you're in a meeting, when you're trying to respond to your kids instead of reacting. Shift the state of your nervous system and allow you that space to respond instead of react. So that's the first one, the physiological sigh. The second tool that I love to teach is body tapping. Some of you might be familiar with EFT or emotional freedom technique and tapping certain meridians in your body. Tapping, and that can look like however you want to do it. I'll walk you through it in a second, but literally just using your hands to tap your body, using your fingertips to tap your body, that stimulates these different receptors in your skin. Those receptors, when they're stimulated by tapping, that sends soothing signals through the vagus nerve, your body's calming mechanism, helping your body to regulate. So you can do it. You can either put your hand kind of like in a fist, or you can do it just with your fingertips, but gently tapping across your chest. I tend to hold a lot of my stress and anxiety kind of like in my chest. So when I feel that there, I just tap my fingers along my chest, along my collarbone, down like my sternum. You can do it all, up and down your arms, up and down your legs. You can follow a rhythm, or you can kind of just go intuitively. You can tap your face, you can tap your hairline or your forehead or around your eyes. And then if you combine that tapping with a slow breathing, even maybe with a few physiological sighs like we just did, that can really amplify the effect. And that can be really calming and soothing. So that's the second one. The third somatic tool I want to teach you guys today is eye presses or palm presses. But the science here is basically using your hands, the palms of your hands, to put gentle pressure on the vagus nerve near your eyes or your face can really activate that parasympathetic rest and digest state of your nervous system. And that helps you feel calm. That helps you to calm down. So how do you do it? Close your eyes. You can even like rub your hands together first to kind of warm them up. And then you're going to close your eyes and just place the heels of the palms of your hands really gently over your eyes, over your closed eyes. And then if you can just kind of lean back wherever you are. If you're sitting in a chair, obviously don't do this if you're driving. If it's safe, close your eyes, put your palms over your eyes, hold it 20, 30 seconds. Again, while pairing it with slow breaths, or even trying to place your hands over your cheeks or over your forehead and applying a light, comfortable pressure and holding that for about 30 seconds can be really calming also. All right, the fourth one is heel drops. I love heel drops. If you've ever done any sort of somatic work with me, either inside of Burnout Recovery Blueprint or on a live workshop or in one-on-one coaching, you know how much I love heel drops. Heel drops, basically you do that one standing, but you would stand up and then you would stand on your tiptoes, so rise up onto your toes, and then you would just gently drop your heels to the floor, kind of like a thud, right? So you go up on your toes and then kind of thud down on your heels, and it makes this small vibration through your body. That vibration, you guys, from the heel drops, that stimulates our proprioceptors and it stimulates our vestibular system. Those are two different systems that are involved in our spatial orientation. So like, where are we? What are our body parts doing, right? How are we oriented in space? And it's involved in safety. So if you guys can do that 5 to 10 times, again, you can go to the bathroom and do this if you're in public, right? You can do this in your home. Rise up on your toes, do this in your office, thud down on your heels. Rise up on your toes, drop and thud down on your heels. 5 to 10 times, and it grounds your body and it signals safety to your brain. And then the last one I want to teach you guys today is temperature, cold, especially on the back of your neck. The back of your neck, you guys, is so rich in vagus nerve pathways. Cold exposure in that part of your body on the back of your neck can really help to interrupt the stress response. So if you are spiraling or feeling so overwhelmed, man, go to your kitchen, open your freezer, grab a bag of anything frozen or just grab some ice cubes and hold them or rub them on the back of your neck. And that can help interrupt a stress response, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, and shift you back toward feeling more regulated. Super simple. If you want to put like a paper towel or some sort of like cloth or something on the frozen item that you choose, you can do that for comfort. And then just hold it there 15, 30 seconds. Pair that with deep breathing for an even stronger calming effect. And you'd be surprised how much of a shift this can bring. And this is like something that we all have available to us when we're at home, at least, right? So those are the 5 somatic practices that can really help you regulate when you're feeling overwhelmed. The physiological sigh, the one that we did, breathing in and then another quick inhale at the top and then exhale. Body tapping, eye presses or palm presses, heel drops, and then cold, something cold on the back of your neck. Now, you don't need to try or use all of these tools at once. In fact, please don't. There's no one right tool either. There's no one right way to regulate. The idea here is that I would give you a few different options, and my invitation to you is that you would try these, play around with them, right? Some of these are going to work better for you than others, and some might work better for your sister or your friend or your mom, and that's okay. So if you try eye presses and you're like, yeah, I don't know, that didn't really do much for me, no worries, right? No harm, no foul. That's just information. Your nervous system, for whatever reason, didn't respond to that. But maybe your body and your nervous system responds really well to holding a bag of frozen peas on the back of your neck, or to the heel drops, right? Or to that physiological sigh. So just pick one to try today, or one to try this week, or the next time that you feel overwhelmed or scattered. And then notice how your nervous system seems to respond, right? Did anything settle? Do you feel more present, right? Do you feel like there was like a weight was lifted and you feel more clear and you have access to your prefrontal cortex and you're able to get back into like your thinking and your words and your energy and your planning? If yes, great. That's awesome. Keep using that somatic practice, right? Keep using that tool. It's not going to become like, you're not going to become numb to it if you use it a lot. Keep using it. And if you try something and it doesn't have much of an impact, it's okay too. Just try something else the next time. And the goal for everyone that I work with is that you would have a handful of somatic tools, 3, 4, 5 somatic tools that you know help your body and your nervous system feel safe and shift states, because your body's always communicating with you, you guys. And these somatic tools are how you start listening and then responding to your body with care. All right. If this was helpful and you guys want more science-backed strategies for grounding your nervous system and building resilience in your day-to-day life, go ahead and grab the free nervous system reset guide if you have not done so yet. There's a link for it in the show notes. It has a bunch of information, but then it also has more of these body-based simple practices in it. I also have a link to a short guided breathwork meditation that's really helpful too, that can help you regulate in real time. All right, my friends, until next time, really appreciate you. I love you all so much. I'll talk to you soon.
If you love Mommy's Podcast, leave a review.
Thanks for listening to Alive and Well. If today's episode resonated, would you do me a favor? Take 30 seconds and leave a 5-star rating and short review. It really helps to get this show out to other people just like you who could also use the information in this podcast. And if you're ready to take the next step in regulating your nervous system, download my free nervous system reset guide. It's linked right in the show notes. Inside, you'll find simple, body-based practices to help you feel more clear, calm, and connected starting today. Make sure you're following the show so you don't miss out on what's coming next, because you were made to thrive. Fully alive, fully present, and fully well. I'll see you soon.